I wanted to thank you for taking time to speak with me today.
The pleasure is mine.
Congratulations on All That Remains. This album is great from top to bottom. And one thing that really sticks out to me is how sonically strong it is. The drums are just fantastic on this album. I wanted to ask, were there any changes in the process for you?
No, not really. We have a terrific drummer. He's really schooled well, and he's been with us. He was with us on the last album also. So this is his second for our band. And I mean, most of the sound is quite the same, I think, as the previous ones. But now, I mean, the drummer is probably the best musician in our band. So hats off to him.
And when I read the title, to me, All That Remains speaks to me of loss, of legacy, and survival. I wanted to ask you, why was the title chosen?
Good question. Well, I think it fits well with the song that we chose to have the title for. And all that remains is just that we put everything out there. I mean, we had 4 years, and I think we made a really good album. And we left it all on the line, and I think that's says what the title fits perfectly to that. So.
And then speaking of the time you had to work on the album, what song went through the most changes until it was laid down on for the album?
Probably a few, but the first one was maybe the horror, I think. That had a few parts that was changed around and added and stuff like that. Because in the middle of this process for the 4 years, I mean, one of the reasons it took 4 years was because we had to change a few members in the band. At one time, in 2 years ago, we were 6 members. So we were really looking to have a little like the Iron Maiden lineup, right?
Sure.
With 3 guitarists and everything. And but then, you know, stuff happens, life goes, and 2 of those had to leave. One left in 2005, and the other just after him. So then we needed to have it delayed the whole process a little bit. So I drifted off. What was the question?
I wanted to ask you what track went through the most changes.
Yeah. Now, horror was definitely one of them, and I think also the one which is now called Templars of Metal. That was actually called Metal Breath at one point. So that also had a few changes, and the whole lyrics was switched, and yeah. So those 2 that comes to mind, I think. Yeah.
And Templars of Metal is one of my favorite tracks on the album.
Really?
It's a great metal anthem. I think it's a celebration of the music that we love.
Yeah. I mean, the Templars of Metal was really inspired by the story of the White Knights, you know, back in the day, and I just switched the lyrics a little bit, not to have all the, you know, copy everything that was there, but just have it blend in the metal concept, you know, to it. So I'm really happy with how it turned out, and I'm happy we didn't use Metal Breath for the title.
And a track that goes in different emotion and feel is The Horror I Know. I wanted to ask you if you could speak to me what that song means to you personally.
Well, it's a little bit dark song, dark lyrics, you know, and it's just many different. I mean, it's not based on anything real, you know. It's just different things that comes to mind that you put in, and just you create the song out of it, make up a little bit, you know, just to have everything fit perfectly. So it's just the mood of the song, and getting the lyrics to fit to the song, and you know, taking some struggles and everything, put it in there, some, you know, small experience.
And I love where you place Lords of the Northern Land. The reason for it is because the way it is exits the album, it makes you want to go back to the beginning again. It's a great connector song.
That song was actually, you know, if you look at credits on the writing. Øystein Skarholm is a close friend of mine, been a friend for 30 years. We always travel to festivals and stuff. And he asked me a few years back, can I write you a song? Of course, if you have any idea, bring it on. I'll look it into it and see how it fits. And he actually wrote this, like, I think it was just after In Victory came out. And I looked at his lyrics. I had to change more or less half of it to make it fit to the story. It's a hymn for the Viking Age, and you know, everything that has to do with that. So I mean, he came up with the concept, and I just change the lyrics and make everything fit a little bit better. So hats off to him for
Absolutely.
I'm really happy with that also, how it turned out. So
as a vocalist, what track was most challenging for you?
Well, any track that has you have to go a little bit higher, that's challenging because I have a little bit darker voice. So but overall, I think most of these songs came out really. There was a few parts maybe in Running that I was struggling a little bit. I wanted to go higher, but I, you know, was holding a little bit back because I didn't want it to sound bad. So I, you know, you try to push yourself, but there's a certain limit where, okay, maybe just go back again. But I would say that maybe yeah, well, that's the only one I think really where I felt it.
Right.
Yeah.
And I wanted to ask you as well, as being a vocalist, in a lot of interviews, reviews of the album and past albums, I hear a lot of comparisons to Blackie Lawless. I wanted to ask you.
I've done that too. I've heard that too.
I wanted to ask you, what do you feel that you sound like Blackie? Because to me, you don't sound as much as Blackie to me, because I guess because I know your past catalog and I've been a fan for so long.
Yeah.
That to me, I don't see the comparisons.
No, I think when people who compare it, I think are referring to certain songs because I change a little bit my vocal for. I mean, each song. I mean, people have even said that on Sarcophagus, I sound like a different singer or something like that, right? So, but that's what I like about being a vocalist, changing the style a little bit from song to song, like we did on the Horror, right? I have a more darker voice. So that I like doing that. I like to have it spread out on the whole album, right? Different sounds on the vocals. So, but I mean, I'm a huge fan of Wasp. I've listened to it since I was a teenager, and I've seen them live like 20 times.
Wow.
So yeah, and it's a compliment, but I don't feel I sound like Blackie because to me he has a different voice.
Yeah.
So, but it's not. If people say it, I take it as a compliment. But I would say I'm in a mix between like Mark Trujillo from Accept, and maybe a little bit of Dee Snider and Motorhead. You know, a little bit of everything. I think that's what I sound like.
I think that's why I don't see a comparison, because in my mind, I see you sounding, if close to any vocalist, it'd be Ron Keel.
Who? Ron?
Ron Keel from the band Keel back in the day.
Oh, from the Keel. Okay, I'm not too familiar with that, but okay, I'll look into that.
They had a long career. Originally, he was the vocalist for a band called Steeler. That's Yngwie Malmsteen's first band.
Yeah, okay. Keel, Keel.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's an old band, right?
Yeah, well, he's still performing solo.
Oh, they are? Yeah, okay. But I think I saw them on YouTube. They have this metal school or something. They go through every band. Yeah, I think I saw them there once, yeah.
And I wanted to ask you, and getting back to the album, what song do you look forward to doing live the most?
I would say the whole album. I mean, to me, this album is the best we've done so far, and I've always liked the faster pace songs. So on this album, we have lots of them, and if I I would like to perform everyone. So, but of course, Sarcophagus and Asad Hin, All That Remains, Running, those are definitely some of them. So yeah, I would love to just do the whole album.
Absolutely.
Depends on what time we have.
Right. And speaking of being live, I wanted to ask you, what's the next step for you? Will you tour?
Well, the touring part is quite difficult because we are. Personally, I would love to tour, but we have everyone has different jobs. They
Sure.
work different schedules, and some of them has younger kids. So it's hard to just go on a tour with every member. So this is something we have discussed year after year after year. How are we going to go out live on a tour if everyone is occupied with their own stuff, right? So it's hard to run a band like that. But personally, I'd love to go out on a tour. But I see us more as weekend gigs everywhere. You know, we'll definitely look into whatever opportunity it comes. But for now, we're just scheduling our release party, and that's it for now. And then we'll take it from there.
And can you speak on the release party? Do you have a date and where it'll be?
It will be in Haugesund, but we haven't had the date settled yet. So, but it will be local here in Haugesund, and we'll probably have some guests and maybe former members attend also.
Great.
And participate in a few of the songs because on Sarcophagus, Sten, who left a year ago, he did the solo there, so he did the lead guitar. So maybe he can come back and perform one song.
I wanted to ask you if you could talk to me about your personal journey and tell me, what is your favorite metal album of all time?
Whoa. That's a difficult one because it depends how you go back on things, because I bought 4 CDs. Those were the first metal CDs I bought, and those were Metallica, the Black Album, AC/DC, Razor's Edge, Megadeth, So Far So Good So What, and Clawfinger, if you have that. Clawfinger from Sweden. So those were the first I ever bought that was in the metal category. But I remember just a few weeks after that, I went to this used record shop, and I bought Live and the Raw from Wasp. And my mom looked at that CD, and she's Christian, and she told me, "Son, you go back and
Yes.
you deliver that back to the store." And then I had to get it back a few years later. So I was 12 or 13 at the time. So, but those albums is kind of stuck in my memory because of those circumstances. But Wasp and Manowar and Iron Maiden, all those big is like on the top of my list of bands.
And getting back to the show, I wanted to ask you, will you be recording this show?
Recording
the release party.
Oh, I am in discussion with that. So we are hoping to have at least one live song from that.
Right.
Yeah, if I'm lucky, we'll get more, but I want to have at least one live video. So yeah.
And for people that are unfortunate like me in the States and can't get to this, can you explain the live experience with the band?
We are all whenever we have played live, everyone says we sound even better live than on the albums, because we are not just standing on the stage, we are interacting and we are performing. So all the live acts we had so far have had good critics. So yeah, I think that's.
And I'm in total agreement with you that this is your best work to date. I
Yeah.
wanted to ask you, what's the best way to get a hold of this album and any merchandise that you have?
Yeah, we have the website, SInsid.no, and of course through our record company, Pitch Black Records. And if you can just, I'm running both Facebook and Instagram, so you can just message there and I'll ship it. I've done that several times before, so no problem. Anywhere you have on social media. so you can get a hold of it.
And I can attest to the quality of your material. This shirt is 4
It still
years
holds
old,
up.
my friend.
Yeah, and I'll send you another one of the new one.
Oh, I appreciate it.
Yeah, I will do that.
And lastly, my friend, I wanted to ask you if you could give a message to your fans, what message would you give them?
Well, you know, the thing that kind of frustrates me a little bit is reaching all the fans, because when you're a smaller band, it's so hard to get
Sure.
a broader reach, right? So a lot of people haven't even heard of us.
Yes.
So that, you know, that's when you're a bigger name, you just release something and you already have the platform and it goes everywhere. We have to pay and grind just to reach people. Doesn't matter if they like it or not, but
Sure.
we can't even reach them, right? So my message to everyone out there who is into old school metal like us, and especially if you heard of the band before, check us out, subscribe to our channels, and share everything so we get the ball rolling.
Absolutely. And for me, I wanted to thank you because it's been such a pleasure to be a part of the journey of the band.
Thank you very much. That means a lot. And we'll keep in touch.
Yes, please do. I felt bad. It's been 4 years, and I'm like, man, where's the time go?
Yeah. Now it flies too fast. So we just need to stay on everything and keep the friendships we make along the way, because suddenly it's I also on Instagram and everything. I try to stay in touch with a lot of people who are promoting and helping the band and liking the band and stuff. But it's kind of hard to sort everything through its social. It's
Absolutely.
But I'm trying to promote and stay in touch the best I can. So.
Well, I wanted to thank you again for taking time to speak with me. It's always a pleasure speaking with you, my friend.
Well, likewise, and I'm really happy that you reached out and that we did this again. And from now on, we'll stay in touch, and I'll keep you updated.
To many more, my friend.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers.